So this is 12.3, and I don't know how often we'll refer over these Venn diagrams, but we may or may not. We'll see. But this is the way, this is how you use them. Like the probability of event A is everything, including the overlap. Probability of event B is everything in B, including the overlap. A prime, which is the complement of A, or another way of saying that is A bar, which means not A, is everything but A. B prime would be not B, complement of B, it's everything but B. This is the OR statement. U is OR, A or B, so I'm everything in those two circles. And this is the AND, the intersection. Now, your examples are a little bit on the rough side, I guess, because you'll have to know some other formulas here. A group of 100 friends have been surveyed. So since out of 100, this is actually just 25 kids have been to Canada, 60 have been to France, 70 have been to Canada or France, and 20 have never left the city they were born in. And that's fairly typical, actually, sadly. I've known some people. Like I had a friend in Palmersville. He never left Palmersville till he was 16. You know, I mean, it happens. Weird, huh? But anyways, now I need to know what this is. This is the probability of Canada and France. It's the overlap. Now the probability of Canada and France should be the probability of France plus the probability of Canada minus the probability of Canada or France. So the probability of France is 60 kids, or 60%. The probability of Canada is 25. The OR statement is 70. And this is going to give me the probability of Canada and France. Now 60 plus 25 is 85. Take away 70, I get 15. There's 15 kids there. Now let's label one of our circles Canada and the other one France. The Canada circle all together has 25 kids in it. So we're going to put a 10 there. The France circle has 60 kids. 60 minus 15, we're going to put a 45 here because this makes the circles add to what they're supposed to. But anyways, I didn't need to finish out the Venn diagram, which by the way had 100 kids in it. But the probability of France and Canada is the 15 in 100, which is 15% kids. Or if you like fractions, 3 in 20. So there you go. This one wasn't so bad, but you had no formulas. And that's one of the things that gets kids, I think, is the formulas. So I think when I do these notes in class, we're going to go over those formulas to begin with. All right, so here's a Venn diagram. Write down the probability of A and not B. This is the probability of A and not B, okay? So A and not B. Now, not B would be everything. A would be that guy. Sorry, not B would be 4 and 12. So here's A and not B. Now, the thing that's in both of them is the 4. So it's 4 out of, and how many things are in this thing? We got 4 plus 5 is 9, 10, 18, 28, 39. There's 39 things in this set. So it's 4 and 39. Find the probability of not A or not B. Now, not A is going to be all of this. Because that's not A. Not B is all of that. And the one thing that I circled was 12, which is one thing out of 39. Because I am neither A or I am neither B. And that's only one thing in 39. All right, find the probability of event B given that A has happened. Now we can do formulas of this if we want to. The probability of event B given A has happened is the probability of A and B sitting pretty over the probability of event A happening. Now the probability of A and B is these two things right here. So there's two events here. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying 2, and this should have been a 12. These are the number of ways things have happened. It's a 12 out of 39. My head is not right today. A and B has 6 things in it out of 39, and it's sitting over the probability of event A, which has 10 things in it out of 39. The 39s cancel and give me 6 out of 10, which is 3 and 5. That's how you do it with formulas. There's really no reason to do it with formulas. Because if it's about event A, I only care about event A. And event A has 10 things in it. 6 of them are both 3 and 5.
This time, any current junior signed up to take dual enrollment English.
All right, where I was. A PE test has 2 sections, theory and practical. Everyone in class who took the PE test passed at least one section. So what they're telling me is that the probability of passing theory or practical is 100%. I'm going to pass one or the other, not necessarily both. That's important. To do a Venn diagram, I've got theory and practical. I need to know this piece right here, which is the and. But this is a formula to help me get it. The probability of theory or practical is going to be the probability of theory plus the probability of practical. Take away the probability of theory and practical. And it's known to be 100. So I'm going to put 100 there. 62% pass theory, 83% pass practical, and then I've got this overlap, this shared space in between. So 100 minus 62 is 38, and then I'm going to actually add the numbers together first. 62 and 83 is 145, and 100 minus 145 is negative 45. So negative 45 equals equals the negative probability of T and P. Wow, I'm just doing a horrible job today. So 45 is the probability of T and P. And granted, it's a percent. All right. But this overlap space right there, I wish I'd made my circles bigger, is 45%. There's 100% in this thing. Now, let's call this theory. It's 62%. 62 minus 45 is 17. Leave 17 there. Let's call this practical. 83 minus 45 is what, 38? 38. Now, the Venn diagram is complete. I can find some probabilities that I passed theory given they passed practical. So practical had an 83% pass rate, 45% pass theory, 45 out of 83. If you like your decimals, you know, which some of you do, it's about 54.22%. Passed the practical section given they only passed one section. Passed practical given they only passed one thing. That'd be these kids right here. %38. Because it's actually 38 out of 100, which is still 38%, right? All right, moving forward. The Venn diagram shows information about the pets owned by 40 students. There are 40 students in here. Event C is students who own a cat. Event D is students who own a dog. And what we need to do is we need to figure out what X is. Now, all of these pieces together make up 40. X times X plus 3 plus 7 plus 4X plus the pieces who don't know, kids who don't know anything plus 3x minus 6 is 40. Called the distributive property, x squared plus 3x plus 7 plus, what do we got here, 7x minus 6 is 40. 7x's do not cancel, sorry. We've got, looks like 10x there, plus 1, 7 and negative 6 equals 40. We're going to subtract 40. It's going to give us negative 39 equals 0. And now we're going to factor, children. I know you love it. Factors of 39 are 3 and 13. Let's do plus 13 and minus 3 because we need to add the 10. So x is either negative 13 or x is 3. This one doesn't make sense because this would suggest that there are negative people. This is extraneous. The x value is 3. So let's actually see what's in these circles here. 3 times 3 is 9, minus 6 is 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 plus 3 is 6 times 3 is 18. All right, a student is chosen at random. What is the probability they own a cat? There are 25 kids who own a cat out of 40, which reduces, by the way. It's going to be what, 5/8? What is the probability they own a dog? There are 19 kids who own a dog out of 40, and that does not reduce. That was pretty easy. Let's see, number 4, in order to prepare a report on agricultural prospects for his country, the county farm advisor questions 100 farmers. So I've got a Venn diagram, and there are 100 people in it, about their crop plans the following year. He finds that 75 intend to plant corn, 55 will plant soybeans, 35 will plant wheat. Oh no, we have 3 circles. We have a circle for corn, we have a circle for soybeans, and we have a circle for wheat. "15 will plant soybeans and wheat," so we have corn, we have soybeans, and we have wheat. Now, 10 will plant all 3. This is where we start. That sliver of space right there is all 3 things. All of them. 15 will plant soybeans and wheat. 25 will plant corn and wheat. We're going to have to work our way back. I need soybeans and wheat. Or a wheat only. I need some information here. Yes, ma'am. Anyways, 15 will plant soybeans and wheat, so I'm going to put a 15 here. 25 will plant corn and wheat, 25. 35 plant corn and soybeans. Okay, so we got to be careful though. 35 will plant corn and soybeans. That's technically those 2 circles. 10's already accounted for. Almost made a mistake. 10 is already accounted for, okay? So 35 plant corn and soybeans, 10's accounted for, that makes 25. 35 will plant wheat. We've got something going on here. It's because I made a mistake right here and right here, I bet. Let's go back. 15 will plant soybeans and wheat. 10 is accounted for. I need a 5 there. 25 plant corn and wheat. 10 is accounted for. 15. Been a while since I've done these. 35 will plant wheat. I'm at 30 here with these 3 numbers. That leaves 5 for wheat. 55 will plant soybeans. 25 and 10 is 35. 40. 15 left. 75 will plant corn. So I've got 50 here, 25 there. Now, if I'm right, all these numbers add to 100. So that's the one thing I'm going to check here. 25 and 25 is 50, 60. This makes 70. That makes 80. Why am I off? There's 100 in there. I just couldn't add. Anyways, on to the questions. How many of the farmers will plant only one crop? Well, that would be these guys right here, where there's no overlap. So the probability of one crop is 45 in 100, or 45%. The probability of at least two, at least two, that means 2 and 3. At least 2, 2 and 3. All those numbers right there. So we've got 25 and 15, which makes 40, plus 10 is 50, plus 5 is 55. 55 in 100. And that will obviously reduce 2 as well. That's 11 over 20. Or you probably just like 55%. That makes more sense. And that's it, thank God. For some reason, I am just out of it today. Sorry for the struggles, but it'll make class better.